finally got another one.
What's good, gang? What's good, squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Bye Finesse, and I'm back with another video. And today we're gonna talk about what I've learned actually cutting out 10 different epoxy cutouts. Now, first things first, when you think or YouTube or Google or search or Pinterest cutout art, it look easy. It look easy, but the stuff you go through is so complicated. Like, no one really tells you unless you really have the time and the money to just mess up and keep going. But I had to try it for myself. Now, mind you, I see a lot of people doing these cutout boards. And I'm like, man, that look easy, man, that look lit. And then I can sell it and I can make money. Like, it's a process. It's a process, and they don't tell you that. Like, you have to learn the wood. There's so many people that say, oh, well, it's your preference. If I've never done it before, how the hell would I know what kind of wood to use? What's your preference? And I feel like every time you ask what's their preference or where they get their drawings from, or if you try to ask for any little information about how they did they cut out, it's always a problem. Like, it's like, why you want to know this? Why you want to know that? You're asking too many questions. Like, are you going to do this on your own? Bro, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff out there that, like, I can go get. I don't have to take your little idea, which I'm not. I don't like taking other people's ideas. I like to do something different. I want my art to pop better than your art. You might have this, that. But I'm going to go find something that I ain't never seen on the platform, that I ain't seen in nobody gallery, that ain't nobody did it before. Like, I'm gonna go try something different. Like, I'm getting into 3D art and layered wood cutout art, and I'm a little confused on the cutout art, like where you have to glue it with layers. I'm still learning about that. I don't want to mess up when I do that, because I want my first project to hit. So, and I'm still getting used to the cutting tool and all of that. And I'm still sanding. I'm still having problems with my wood chipping and breaking and cracking it. It's crazy. Like, a lot of people don't tell you these things. So I'm going to be the person to tell y'all, if y'all trying to do some epoxy wood cutout art for your house, this is all the stuff you need, and this is where you need to go, and this is my preference. And if you want to shop cheap, this is what I did. So keep watching this video. All right, y'all. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get an idea of what you're going to do, like what your project is going to be about. How I got my ideas is Google, YouTube, and Pinterest. Really, Pinterest is where I got my ideas. Now, when I went to Pinterest, I looked up stuff that I'm into, which is Hypebeast and Supreme. Like, stuff that I've seen at the mall that I'd be like, man, I want to get that so much, but it'd be so much money, right? So I would look up Hypebeast and Supreme and different type of art dealing with Hypebeast and Supreme that'll go along with my house. And then I'm good with, like, drawing, and I'm good with cartoon characters. So I stuck with cartoon characters. That's how I'm getting into it. As of, like, if you're really good at drawing and art, I would say, yeah, go ahead and start doing portraits or whatever, because, you know, them celebrities, people will love those, the celebrity faces. Now, I'm not into the celebrity faces. I can't do the details on that. I'm not even going to try or attempt, because I'm just going to waste my time, my wood, and my paint. Now, how I got my ideas is Pinterest. That's the first thing you want to do, is get your ideas. Go look up pictures that you want to do that would be easy for you. The second thing is to figure out the wood. Now, I was having a problem with the wood, so I would go to different places. I would go like to Home Depot and whoever that sells wood. Like, don't Lowe's sell wood? I think they sell wood. I don't know. I ain't been there yet. I wanted to go to Lowe's to see what kind of wood they got, if they sell wood. I know they do outdoor-ish stuff, so I'm not really too sure. But Home Depot is the best place to get your wood. Now, when we're talking about the thickness, when they say it's your own preference, they really mean that. It's like depending on the wood, like what kind of wood you want, how big the wood you want to get. Now, I started off with something thin. Now, everybody's preference is something thicker than this. And like I went in there and I started testing wood. Like if I can't bend it or pop it or break it, snap it, I felt like that would have been a good wood. But honest the truth, I'm really not trying to break this because this is one of my pieces. But I definitely can snap this in half. Once I cut it down, I definitely realized that I can snap this in half. This is not the wood to get. Now, as of like the smoothness of it, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something that's smooth that you don't have to sand down. Because some of the wood, you definitely have to sand down, then you have to prime it. That's going to be your next issue, is you have to prime the wood. Now, I wasn't told that I had to prime the wood. I just thought that you can just, paint on it. Depending on the wood, you have to prime it. Some wood you don't have to prime, you can just paint on it. But depending on, I felt like it would have saved if I primed it anyway. So I primed it even though I probably didn't have to prime it, but I definitely primed it because I read if you don't prime certain wood, that wood will eat up the paint and it will eat up the epoxy. And I don't know, I didn't think wood reacts like that. So my preference and everybody's preference is to get a thick piece of wood. Now that's a 1/4. Now I would get something over a 1/4. Like it gotta be like that, probably that thick. What is that, a 1/8? I don't know. I don't know measurements like this, but I just know it gotta be thick. Like, it gotta be thick. You see, this is thick, this is thin. You see what I'm saying? So you definitely need to get wood that is thick. Now, also the size is a preference. Now, I could have went with small boards because it's my first time doing a project, but I wanted to actually get into it. And even if I got really good at it, I didn't want to just do one project. I wanted to do multiple projects. So I bought the biggest board they had in there. All right. Now, depending on the thickness of the board and what kind of wood you get, that's how much you're going to pay for it. The pricing that I got off of my wood was like $48 a piece. $48 for a big ass piece of wood. Now, mind you, the big piece of wood, I don't have a car. So my best friend had to come get me and we couldn't fit the big piece of wood in his car. We had to put it on top and we're riding down the road with our hands holding the wood down going 2 miles an hour. So they don't tell you this, but make sure you have a truck or some straps, bro. Because they're not going to tell you, like, if you're going to go get this piece of wood, like, they're going to let you buy it. They're going to let you go out the store. But you're going to be looking stupid trying to figure out, like, damn, I ain't got no truck. I ain't got no straps. We put it on top of the car and we held it. And we drove 2 miles an hour. Mind you, Home Depot is like 5 minutes away from my house. But we still held it down because we didn't have no straps or nothing. So, y'all think about that. Y'all think about the size of the wood and if it's going to fit in y'all car, if it's going to go on top. If it's going to go on top, y'all need straps. If not, everybody about to hold a piece of this wood so it don't fall off the car. Okay? So that's that wood. Now, when I say prime it, it depends what type of wood you get. You can either ask a worker or do your research on the type of wood you want to prime. If not, you can get into painting. The next thing you want to get into is the type of paint you want to use. Like, that's your preference at this point. Because whatever you're going to be painting, you need those colors. I got 2 sets of different paint. I got regular paint, which is the acrylic paint. I don't want to pull it out. I got a regular acrylic paint, and I got some other classical paint, which my regular paint comes like red, blue, green, white, black, gray. Y'all get it. Those are the regular colors. And then I got another set that the set comes with weird colors that you wouldn't even think of, like yellow. It's not regular yellow. It's like sun Kool-Aid yellow, orchid, skin tone flesh paint, glittered gray. Like, it's weird colors. So I got that too, because I'm doing cartoon characters that need those colors, especially the flesh and that yellow. Because Mr. Barnes, he was 2 different yellows. And Bart, 2 different yellows. And Homer, 2 different yellows. As a Family Guy characters, they need flesh colors, like our skin tone. So there is a color called flesh, which I bought that pack. And then I have the same thing for, like, if I do like Family Guy or Super Mario characters or anybody that got skin tone. It's not a white, it's a flesh color. So you have to look into that. Then I want to do projects where I want to put some glitter on it. So I tried, and I didn't know what to do with the glitter. I just bought the smallest pack they had, which is like probably 24 to 38 like glitters. They were about this size, which is 2 ounces, and they were $10. So I got me some good glitter. Now, mind you, this is just a project. I'm trying out new things. So most of my artwork don't even have glitter on it. There is one artwork that I do have glitter on it, and that's this one. This one has glitter on it, and he has glitter on his ring. So I'm trying to glitter out. I don't know if it actually will work when it comes to painting. And don't forget, y'all have to get glue. Now, mind you, no one told me what type of glue. I'm telling you, I did my research. I had to look up the type of glue to use on the wood, not regular Gorilla Glue or none of that. It's different type of glue. I looked up the glue, and then, not to mention, when I'm doing my 3D effect artwork, I had to get Gorilla Glue to glue wood on top of wood. So that's different glue compared to the glitter glue and what I'm going to be sticking to the project. Now, the last thing you need to get is the epoxy. Now, it kind of is up to you what kind of epoxy you want to get. I guess epoxy is epoxy depending on the project. You can get any size. Now, I started out with a small 16 ounce, which I got two 16 ounce bottles, and it came out to like 32 ounces. I think that's it, 32, 38 ounces with the 2 16 ounce bottles. Now, I'm running low on that, and I ordered some more epoxy, and that was a smaller bottle. I can't remember the ounce of that bottle, but those are way smaller than my 16 ounce bottles. So since I'm doing all these projects, I need to get into the gallon epoxy, the ones that's in the big ones. So you get 2 of those for like $30, $40, depending on what type of epoxy you get. And then when I say depending on the epoxy, they give you everything. They give you the epoxy, they give you the cup. Sometimes they give you glitter. They give you an apron. They give you a table cover. They give you epoxy mat. And they give you gloves. They give you all of this that come with the epoxy. It's not just the epoxy. Now, the reason I bought everything online is because when you go in stores, epoxy is like $50 for a 16 ounce. When you can get a whole gallon, you can get 2 big crates, a gallon of epoxy for the same price. So most of my stuff came off of Amazon. I got my paint, my glitter, my epoxy. I got everything I need, even my cutting tool. Now, I didn't know what type of cutting tool to use. You can get cordless, you cannot get cordless. You can get a handheld, you can get any type of cutting tool. I didn't know what kind of cutting tool, so I went off a video and I see what kind of cutting tool they had, and I just bought that. And then I found the cheapest one on Amazon, which was $24. So the cutting tool came in. Not to mention, y'all need a projector. You need a projector. Because we can't draw. Let's just be honest. A lot of people, all of us cannot draw. There are some people that are meant to be drawers. There are some people that are artists. But some of us aren't artists. I can't freestyle worth the shit. But, my projector makes me an artist. So, y'all can go look for a projector. I found a cheap-ass projector for $24. A little small handheld projector. It's the projector. $24. You don't need nothing that's $200, $300, $400. They all do the same shit. Have it connect to your phone. Put it on the wall. Draw. That's all you need to do. You don't need to get one that's 4K, 5K, 6K, 8K, whatever the hell you want to. You don't need all of that. It just needs to pull up whatever that's on your phone and put it on the board. That's it. So a $20 projector is easy and simple. You don't need to connect it to your TV and the computer and all of that. Which it connects to the TV and the computer, but I just use it for my phone. I make sure it just goes to my iPhone. I do everything off my iPhone. Now, we get into the nitty-gritty. I done told you about the wood, about the prime, the paint, the glitter, the cutting tool, the projector. What am I missing? Of course, y'all need y'all pencils and pens so y'all can go over this shit. Am I missing anything? Oh, your heat gun. Your heat gun. I say learn how to use a heat gun before you get a heat gun. I ain't gonna lie. I bought a heat gun and don't know how to use it. I don't know how close to go. I don't know how far away to go. I don't know, put it on high, put it on low. I stick it outside. Mind you, I have problems when I stick it outside. I got bugs flying around. I got mosquitoes that be on it, flies be on it. I'm scared a dog gonna piss on it because we do got a patch of grass out there. So I got all these problems, not to mention the weather fucks it up. I've had plenty of problems with putting epoxy stuff on the porch and letting it sit. And the rain start blowing water and wind and leaves all over the damn place. Not to mention you gotta clean up every time you cut the wood. Otherwise, you're going to have little wood shards in your epoxy. So find a good place to put it where ain't nothing going to bother it. Get a table. Get some boards, plastic, whatever you want to put down so that epoxy don't stick to it. Bro, I can tell you that I got patches of epoxy covering my porch. So, yeah. I've been trying to epoxy it over the porch in the grass and the mud and the dirt. But now I got epoxy leaves stuck to the ground. So try to put some plastic down, some board down so y'all not messing up what y'all place. Because I've done it. Been there, done that. All right? So as of everything else, it gets easier. Once you do your first project, it gets really easy. I can say that. I do love doing it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm getting better at this cutting tool than I thought. The wood might be but I'm getting really good covering it up. Like, y'all see the wood? Y'all see how it's cracking? Now, when I paint it, you can't see none of that. You see that? You can't see nothing when I paint it. So I'm getting really good covering it. But I know not to get this wood again. I know not to get thin wood again. I'm going to get my big, thick board, but I'm not going to get the thin, big board anymore. I'm going to go get something else. So I paid I think 48 for that. So I might have to go up to like the $50, $60 boards that is thicker than that. But that's all you need to know. That's what I learned doing my 10 projects. And I got more projects coming soon. I'm working on, y'all see back there, I got a lot of projects. I even sold some projects, which I'm very excited about because now I got to redo those projects after I didn't sold them. So once I get these done and these sold, I'm going to start on a new set of projects. I have been looking on Pinterest about the new artwork that's going to come in, and it's going to be hard. My Draco's going to be hard. I done got some ideas about new Dracos that's about them. I'm doing a grenade launcher, a Draco. I probably do like a AK or an AR or something. I might do something like that. But I haven't really figured out like the color scheme and how it's going to be. I do need to get me some markers because I don't want to have to paint everything black. I think it'll be cool if I just do it like paint it and then like outline it with the black marker, because I'm learning that you can outline it. If the line thin enough, you can outline it with the black marker and that'll still go perfect with your art. I just been painting everything black. So I need to give me some markers. I need to give me some big markers that can take that wood, like that it won't mess nothing up. But I love y'all, gang. I hope y'all like this video. I hope this inspired y'all to try something new for the New Year's coming up. And I'm out. Peace.
My nigga Johnny got another one.